This is one side of the structure. There's one opening down there, and there's another one on the other side that faces the creek. You can see the thing is, it's fairly tall. I don't know if it went up even higher than this, and now there's trees growing out the top of it. It's put together just with stone. There's no cement, no concrete, no cement. There's no railroad tracks around. There's no roads around, other than the one that we drive on now. There's a little bit of more of the structure. It's getting pretty grown up. I'll take a picture of each side of it so you can get an idea what the whole thing looks like. This spot down there where kids come in and build fires and fool around. This is what we'll call the backside facing the road that I just came in on. There's a little bit of structure around here. You can see there's remains of some walls right here. I'll move over to the other side now. You can see there's some rods sticking out. Looks like there's two there, and there's two there. Be interesting to find out what it was or what it is. There's somewhat of a separation right here. You can see there's more rods, more iron sticking out there. It's quite a drop off right here. I don't know where I've got to look for some trails coming up along or behind it. I'm pretty sure the deer are coming up through this way. Now I just moved off this flat spot where I just was. I can't get a very distant picture of the wall here, but you can see again there's these rods coming out of it. Looks like it's iron. They're not sticks. It's not wood. There's quite a few on this side. Just amazing how it's put together without any cement. All the blocks and rocks, all the blocks line up perfectly. There's another opening down here. I'll go down and check that out. There's the opening I just told you about. It looks like it pretty much fell or collapsed in. I know I can get in the other side and look up inside, but it almost looks like it's built like a pyramid, the way the stone is put together so it won't collapse. A few big feathers down there. Looks like something might have had a meal. I wouldn't be surprised if either raccoon or fox or coyotes would even live in here. That's the area I just came down through. Well, this is the front. I'm going to call this the front facing the creek. Probably about 30 yards from the creek. I thought it was closer, but it's about 30 yards. You can see how it, like the other side, is pretty much collapsed in. I'll go over here to the other side. Here's a wall. There's an interesting wall with holes in it. I think they might just be some kind of support holes. I don't believe it's a room or anything, but I'll get closer and check it out. Now I'm down below. This is a view from the ground of where I first started. I was up there taking pictures of the back. But I'll get closer and I'll get up inside. You can't get it inside very much. It's all collapsed inside with the stone, but I'll see what I can get. I've been here before, different times when I was hunting or fishing, and I've got nearer to close inside. You can see some iron pipes or piling supports right there. Piece of steel support there. I'm going to go up inside a little further and I'll turn the light on and see what we can see. My light's not very bright. You kind of get an idea. It looks like it's like the white is where like the fire, what do they call it, fire brick has fallen off. So I definitely think it was some kind of a smelting or melting facility of some type. Pretty interesting. I'm going to go up just a little further. I'm not going to fool around too much longer. There's one of the openings. That was one of the openings I showed on the other side. Definitely looks like some kind of a fireplace or chimney, because you can see how small it gets up near the top. That was used for some kind of smelting operation. But over the years you can see it really fell in. It's amazing how many stones are in here. Large stones. There's some trash, of course, from people in here fooling around. This is the base of it. It looks like regular brick. I don't know if it's like the fire brick. And it's either lined with something. It's either lined with something, or that's just the soot. I think it's lined with some kind of a stone. It's not soot, it's too thick. Really interesting. Hope you can hear this okay. Looks like this is the bottom of it. I don't think the bottom was that big. I don't see it. There's a piece of iron metal coming out of there. You can see some metal there. I'm sure I could set some traps and get a coon in here too. These openings in the wall, they're solid. It looks like they might have just been to support something. There's no wall like this on the other side. There's just these two square holes. Might have been some kind of, some kind of steel beams that came out and supported something. It's interesting though, there's no tracks around, there's no signs of road around except the one I come in on. I might set some traps here though in the fall along the base. I'm sure I could pick up some raccoons. That's about it. I'm going to head back up. That way. See if I can find any deer trails coming in. I don't know where I would set up on the ground. There's some good trees to put a stand up, but I'm not going to do that. People steal them. People living too close would steal it. This is a pretty well used trail here for deer. I went up a little ways and came back down. It breaks off right there. It breaks off right there and goes to the left. And then it goes up straight. There's tracks on here, so I'll have to consider this for a spot to maybe sit on the ground and hunt. I just came up this little trail, pretty steep. Like I said, it splits off. I know it's hard to see, it splits off there and splits off here. I'm thinking perhaps right up here by this tree, sitting up there, have a good vantage point. I can sit like kind of beside or behind it. I can see all the way down through here and be able to see anything coming up through long before it gets to me. That might be an option. I climbed up here to the tree that I thought about sitting near or behind. You can kind of see it gives you a good vantage point all the way down to the creek. If anything coming up through, it might come up in another week or two. Trim some of this right around the base of the tree, a lot of briars and sticks and junk. Clean this up, fix up a little spot to sit. I think that's what I'll do. I know they're coming up through this way. If I could get something, the only thing I worry about hunting up closer to the road where I did last year was hitting a deer and having it run off on private property. But I think I'll give this a try. Clean this up another week or two and make a nice little setup behind these trees. I can also see that direction too. I think that's about it for the video. You see, it's dug out pretty much here. There's even signs of these chiseled rocks, these square flat rocks up in this area too. So this structure might have been bigger than what it is today. That's it for the video. Hope you liked it.